And joining us live now is Dr. Charles Zelden, political science expert from Southeastern University. Dr. Zelden, thank you so much for joining us so early in the morning. Hopefully you had your coffee.
No problem.
Hopefully you had your coffee already. So, Doctor, what do you expect to see during voting today?
Well, one of the things we'll need to look for is what the turnout is. A lot of us voted already. And as a result, how many votes are left out there, voters left out there to vote? If we see a good turnout, and I think we will, it will just be a continuation of the amazing election we're having here in terms of voter participation in the democratic process.
And Dr. Zelden, when do you think we can expect the results for Florida, and what makes our state so different than the others?
Well, let me answer the second one first, which is what makes us different is we're Florida, and we are a purple state split right down the middle in terms of preference. And as a result, as I like to say, there's close and then there's Florida close. And, we could expect a race that may be below a percentage point between the two candidates. If it gets up to 1.5 points, that's anywhere else that's close. In Florida, that's almost a blowout win. So given how close the votes tend to be statewide elections, that makes us a very difficult state to win, but with 29 electoral votes, a very important state to win.
Dr. Zelden, as we've seen in the past, Florida is very unpredictable. Pretty much anything can happen on election night. But how important is campaigning? Does it really make a difference here in South Florida?
I think it does. At this stage, what the campaigns have been doing is just trying to get their voters to show up. President Trump needs a big turnout. He needs to minimize his losses in Miami-Dade and Broward counties. The Democrats need to keep the flow going and to keep pushing and get their voters to the polls because they need to run up the vote here in South Florida to compensate for what's going to happen up in the Panhandle. So there's a reason they're down here. For each candidate, winning Florida goes the gambit from either necessary to win or it makes it easier to win. And at this point, it's a question of getting your voters to show up on what's turning out to be a nice day. So hopefully we'll get a lot of turnout.
And final question for you, Dr. Zelden, before we let you go and maybe get more coffee. What does your gut tell you we will see later tonight?
Well, one of the other advantages that Florida has is since we've been counting our early ballots all along, we will by 10, 11 o'clock at night have most of the vote in from Florida. And unless we are in a too close to call scenario, we'll know who won. And that will give us a very good idea of how things are going to go. If Joe Biden wins Florida, it's going to be a very long election for the Republicans. If the president wins Florida by a very narrow margin, it means he's got a chance. If he wins it by a larger margin, then that means probably we can expect the president to hold the line in the South, in Georgia, and in Texas. And that, Florida is a bellwether of what to expect from other states as we go along.
Dr. Charles Zelden, thank you so much. No doubt it's going to be a very long and very stressful day starting in about an hour and a half. So
that it is.
Yeah, thank you so much. And hopefully you can have some more coffee. It's going to be a long day.
You need a lot of it.